Hey guys, good morning. I hope this is working. Okay, so I'm gonna do IXL 14. So this is for IXL of 0.14. Okay, so it's dealing with the same stuff. Let me go ahead and upload a picture here. It has to do with the same content that we reviewed last IXL. So let me go ahead and make this big. All right, here we go. So the topic is, the standard is still using these complementary, supplementary, vertical, and adjacent angles. Okay, so you have to have your notes with you unless you got this down. Complementary are two angles that add up to 90 degrees. So we're going to need that information. Okay, so here we go. So complementary, I'm going to take a moment. I'm going to write down the definitions for you just in case. Okay, so here we go. I put the definitions there for you. So complementary is two angles that add up to 90 degrees. So if we look at one angle, so remember this is angle A, angle A plus another angle, right, B, should equal 90 degrees. Okay, so keep that in mind. So let's do an example of complementary. If I give you an angle and I say it's 36 degrees, right? And I need to add it with another angle, we're going to call it B. What is the measure of angle B if one angle is 36, right? But they have to add up to 90. Okay, so 36 plus what is 90? Or you can solve the equation. 36 plus what is 90? Well, you take away 36. Remember inverse operations because we are solving for B. So B equals 54. So you just figured out that 36 plus 54 equals 90. So you're really just subtracting, right? You're subtracting from 90 degrees when you're dealing with complementary, okay? So let me back, oops, I shouldn't delete that. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and delete this right here. So if I give you another angle, let's say this angle plus another angle, let's say, let me get green, let's say it's, I don't know, 43 degrees, right? Should add up to 90 degrees, right? They're complementary. What is the measurement of angle A? So if angle B is 43, then we want to find out what the other angle has to be to give me 90. So here, let's go ahead and set it up over here. An angle plus 43 should equal 90 degrees, right? We're going to solve for A. So let's just take away the 43. This is the algebra way, okay? So again, you're just subtracting from 90. So what's 90 take away 43? It's going to be 47, okay? You can't take away 3 from 0, so you have to borrow. So 10 take away 3 is 7. 8 take away 4 is 47. Okay, so there you go. So A equals 47. So here we go. This would be 47 plus 43, and you can check it with your calculator, equals 90. So the idea is that complementary angles are two angles that add up to 90. Okay, so if they add up to 90 and you have one angle, subtract the other, and you can find out the missing angle. Okay, so I don't know what I need to delete here, but you could always rewind, so that's good. Let's see, let's delete this. You're subtracting from 90, okay, so just remember that. I'll leave that there. There we go. Supplementary, let's go ahead and review supplementary. Supplementary angles are two angles, right? There's one, here's another angle. And when you add them up, they add up to 180, right? They add up to 180. So that means that two angles that make a straight line, right? Because isn't 180 a straight line? So let's back up here. If I tell you that angle A is 112 plus some angle B, I don't know what it is, it should equal 180 degrees, right? Because again, supplementary means adding up to 180. So if I know one angle, so let's draw a picture. Here's my 180 degrees. It's a straight line. And then I have this obtuse angle right here. Oops, my bad. I have this obtuse angle, right? So this big angle from there to there is 112. So this is 112 degrees. But then I got this little angle, this acute angle, and I don't know how many degrees that is. But what I do know is that 112 plus this gives me 180 degrees. So why don't we do 180 degrees, and let's take away, I don't know if this is going to work. Yeah, let's take away this 112. And if I take away the 112, then whatever's left, right? Whatever's left, that's my little angle. So doing the algebra, right? You don't want to draw this every time. So you have 112 degrees plus another angle, we're going to call it B, should equal 180 degrees. Now, if I take away 112, right, but whatever be to one side because we're solving for B, you bring it down. So then 180 minus 112, okay, which equals 68. So this right here is 68 degrees. So now, in complementary, you had to subtract from 90 because complementary angles add up to 90. But now in supplementary angles, they add up to 180. So all you're going to do here for supplementary, right, your note here is you're going to subtract from 180 degrees to get your leftover, right, the difference. All right, so feel free to pause, think about this, practice it, and then IXLs, of course, it's going to be your practice. Vertical angles, quick reminder, this one's a simple one, right? If I give you angle A, do you know what angle B is? And by the property of vertical angles, whatever A is, right, they are congruent, so they're the same. So if I say angle A is okay. If I say angle A is 37.3 degrees, well then angle B should be 37.3 degrees. Okay? And then adjacent angles are two angles that are next to each other. That's it. Right? So these right here, these angles are not adjacent. But these angles are. Right? We got angle A and angle B there. And this is angle A and angle B. Those are not adjacent. They are not next to each other. Okay, let's go ahead and get started with your IXL problem. So find the measure of an angle. The measure of an angle is 168. So they gave you an angle. So it's 168. What is the measure of its supplementary angle? So again, supplementary, using your notes, it's 180 degrees, right? Supplementary angles add up to 180. So if I give you an angle plus another angle, right, that equals 168. Did I say 80? Okay. All right. So don't you really need to find out, right? I'm gonna draw the picture in case, you know, here's a picture model. Here's what's going on. This angle is 168, so that's an obtuse angle. So this big old angle is 168. Don't like that. 168 degrees. That's that big angle. And then we got this little acute angle, A. But we know that it's a flat line. We know it's 180 degrees because they told me. What is the measure of its supplementary? So then A plus 168 should equal 180. So then, again, you subtract from 180. So I'm going to set up the equation, which I did over here. That's my cat dying. I don't know what he dropped. So then that goes for inverse property, right? It's gone. So then A, bring it down, equals 12, right? You can't take away from 0, so you got to borrow. And then 10 take away 8 is 2. 7 take away 6 is 1. 1 take away 1 is 0. So it's 12 degrees. So this little angle is 12 degrees. And then can we check it? 168 plus 12, that's 10. Carry your 1, 7, 8, and that's your 180. And it checks. Supplementary. All right. So then here you would go into your account or your IXL and you would type in 12. Okay, feel free to pause at any time. So that's the same thing for any problem that looks like this. That says supplementary. You're setting an equation equal to 180. Now for complementary, you're setting an equation to 90 degrees. All right, let's move on to the next one. Okay, so since we just got done with supplementary, right, angles that add up to 180. Okay, so supplementary are two angles that add up to 180. Honey, I'm recording a lesson. Sorry about that, guys. It's gonna happen. So supplementary, again, just gonna keep reminding you, it's two angles that add up to 180. 180 looks like this, a straight line. So now let's go to a problem here. What is the value of P? So check this out. If you were to, I don't even know if I can rotate this, but all right, I'm not even gonna try. Do you see this straight line right here? Well, that's a hint that that equals 180 degrees. Now, they give you this little angle. It's 46 degrees. Now, 46 plus what would give me 180? Or we could do 180, which is the whole thing, and we take away that 46, and look what's left, right? P. So here we go, supplementary. I'm going to set up the equation just to keep it algebraic. 46 degrees plus P should equal 180. Take away 46, take away 46 on both sides. Inverse operation, that's gone. Bring down your P, which is what we're looking for. You're solving for P, which equals 134. Okay, so then, or you could just remember that if you have 180, take away 46, right? Using your calculator, always using your calculator. And there you go, there is your answer. You would just type in 134. But what did you have to know? You had to know that supplementary is two angles that add up to 180. Alright guys, so here we go. Now remember complementary. Complementary are two angles that add up to 90 degrees. So an angle plus another angle, there's B, should equal 90 degrees, right? So now, let's see what that looks like. You know what a 90 degree angle looks like. So here's the picture. I should not put it there. So here's your picture of your 90 degree angle, right? So remember, you're always looking for that 90 degree. So now you have an angle that they give you. So let's let this be A. 63 degrees plus what is 90 degrees? Or can I just take away 63 from 90? So 63, that looks like 45. All right, so if this is 63 degrees, right? So I have this angle plus, plus another angle, right? Should equal 90 degrees. So I'm going to set up the equation. So this is another way to do it, right? So we have 63 degrees plus my missing angle. There's my B. I want to know what that is. Should equal 90. Let's solve for B, which means isolate the variable. 63 minus 63 on both sides because property of equality, subtraction property of equality. There's your inverse operation. And life is happening here at the Bush house. So here we go. You can't take away from 0, so you got to borrow. 10 minus 3 is 7. 8 minus 3 is 27 degrees. Alright, so this is 27 degrees. And could you check your math? You certainly can. 63 plus 27. Okay, so 3 and 7 is 10. Carry your 1, and this is 90 degrees. Check. So then, what was your answer? 27 degrees. So again, this was just for complementary angles. So you're going to subtract from 90. Feel free to rewatch this over and over and over until you get it. I forgot what smart score we would be out. There it is, 26. So at smart score 26, you're still going to be getting these kind of questions. All right, guys, so this one is, here we're at Smart Score 41. So around here, you're going to be getting problems that look like this. So here they give you an angle, right? The question is, what is the value of W? So basically, you're solving for W, meaning that you can set up an equation. You have this angle plus W, and look what they show you. They show you that they equal 71 degrees. So if you know that this angle, let's say A plus W equals 71, do you see how they make a statement there? But don't we already know what A is? So we're going to put 45 plus your unknown W equals 71 degrees, because they tell us that when you combine them, these adjacent angles, they're 71 degrees. So to find the missing angle, I'm going to subtract, right? Oops, my bad. I'm going to subtract angle A from 71, because if I take away 45 from 71, I can find the difference, which would give me W, right? Give me the difference, give me what's left. So algebra looks like this, right? We want to isolate the variable. I want to get W by itself. All right, here we go. My bad. I'm using highlighter. I don't know who's calling. So W, bring that down. That's inverse operation. It goes to 0. And 71, take away 45. Okay, equals 26. And so I took 71 and I subtracted my 45. Right, I'm over here. I had 71 degrees, and then I took this away so that I can have this remaining. And so that equals 26 degrees. So then here, you would type in your 26. Okay, so here, it's not supplementary or complementary, but they are adjacent angles that add up to 71 degrees, right? They gave you how much it added up to. Ooh, I hope that recorded. There was like a glitch. That was weird. Okay, so basically I'm going to repeat it just in case it glitched. Here's 71 degrees, right? This is not complementary. It is not supplementary, but they are two angles that are adjacent to each other, and they both add up to 71 degrees. And if they both add up 71, you can take this one away, and whatever is the remaining is your missing angle. Okay, so I'm going to do one more example for complementary. This one looks a little bit different. So first thing you should notice, if you look at your angle, right, there's that 90-degree angle. So you know that these adjacent angles, these two angles that are next to each other, are complementary, right? So complementary are two angles that add up to 90. So here we go. Let's look at this equation. An angle plus another angle equals 90. And how do I know that? By the picture? Well, there's that, right? There's your hint. So you're working with complementary, even if they didn't say that the adjacent angles are complementary. So let's go ahead and set up our equation. If this angle plus this angle equals 90 degrees, right, I can subtract this angle, 33 degrees, and find out what's left from 90. So let's find the difference. Let's do an algebraic equation. My iPad keeps glitching. Okay. I don't know. Gosh, it glitched again. So what I had said was that this angle plus the other angle equals 90 degrees, right? So both of these should equal 90. But if I take this one away, right, I can find the difference. So let's go ahead and do an algebraic equation. So we'll call this angle, my bad, I should just, here we go. So angle A is missing, so that makes us angle B. So here we go, angle A plus, do we know what B is? Yep, 33 is equal to 90 degrees. And if you get the pattern, guys, you don't have to do all this, but I'm always going to show you the algebraic way. So subtraction property of equality, whatever you do to one side, you do to the other. And why? Inverse operations. Why? Because you're solving for A. You're isolating the variable. So bring this down. So 90 minus 33, you can't take away. So that's a 7, and that's a 5. There you go. And so if you add those up, it needs to equal 90 degrees, right? 33 plus 57. It sure does equal 90 degrees. Alright guys, so this is the last one that I'm going to show you because it's so close to Smart Score 70. So it has to do with vertical angles. And vertical angles, remember, are just angles that are opposite of each other. So they're on the other side of each other. And what's special about them, the property says that they are congruent. So this one's pretty basic, pretty simple. If this is 54 degrees, and you can tell that they are vertical angles or opposite of each other, then the other angle, u, should also be 54.3. And now don't be afraid to work with decimals. You're welcome to use your calculators as well. So there you go. That's O.14. Smart Score 270 is an A.